Iron Man, one of the greatest superhero origin stories ever told. It is not just about fancy suits or epic fights. It's about a man who was forced to change and became a legend. Let us dive into the journey of Tony Stark. Meet Tony Stark, billionaire, genius, playboy, and philanthropist. He is the face of Stark Industries, a company that's been cranking out weapons for years. But this isn't your typical rich guy does rich guy things story. Oh no, things are about to take a sharp turn. Our story kicks off with Tony in Afghanistan, showing off the latest and greatest weapons to the US military. He's living large, cracking jokes, and looking untouchable. But all that changes in an instant. Boom Tony's convoy is ambushed. There are explosions everywhere. And guess what? The very weapons that Stark Industries built are being used against him. Talk about irony. Tony is severely injured, shrapnel dangerously close to his heart. He wakes up in a cave, and his life will never be the same again. In the cave, he meets Yinsen, a fellow prisoner, and the man who saves his life by hooking him up with a device to keep the shrapnel from killing him. But they're not just in the cave to chill. Tony's captors want him to build a weapon, a big one. What does Tony do? He's a genius, remember? Instead of building the weapon for his captors, Tony uses his skills to create a miniaturized arc reactor, basically a clean energy device that doubles as a life-saving heart battery. This marks the beginning of something much bigger. And this is where the magic begins. While pretending to work on the missile, Tony secretly builds the first version of the Iron Man suit, Mark I. It's clunky. It's rough around the edges, but it's powerful enough to get him out of there. Tony suits up and blasts his way out of the cave, but not without losses. Yinsen sacrifices himself to give Tony the time he needs. This moment is crucial because it changes Tony. He realizes that his weapons are being used by the wrong people. This isn't just business anymore. It's personal. Back home, Tony is a changed man, and he's got a mission. First thing he does, he shuts down Stark Industries' weapons manufacturing division. This move shocks everyone, especially Obadiah Stane, his father's old business partner, who's been running the show behind the scenes. But Tony's not done. He takes the arc reactor concept and builds a more advanced version. Then he begins working on a new suit, a suit that will change the world. The Mark II suit is sleeker, faster, and packed with tech that makes it a game changer. But, as always, things don't go perfectly. We get to see Tony crashing, flying too high, and learning the hard way that building a superhero suit isn't easy. While Tony is busy becoming Iron Man, we also get a deeper look at his relationship with Pepper Potts, his personal assistant, who's much more than that. She's loyal, smart, and just the right balance for Tony's wild personality. She's also one of the few people who knows what Tony's really up to. Tony's first real test comes when he has to face off against illegal arms deals happening right under his nose. He suits up in his iconic Mark III, the shiny red and gold suit we all know and love, and heads out to take matters into his own hands. This is where we get some of the most epic action scenes. Iron Man flies into action, using his new suit to stop terrorists and destroy weapons that were made by his own company. It is the beginning of Tony Stark's redemption. Meanwhile, trouble is brewing back at Stark Industries. Turns out Obadiah Stane isn't just a business guy. He has the villain in disguise. He has been dealing under the table, selling weapons to bad guys, and he is not too happy with Tony's sudden change of heart. When Tony realizes that Stane is responsible for the mess Stark Industries is in, he knows he has got to take action. But things are about to get even more complicated, with Stane working on a secret project of his own. But wait, we won't spoil what happens next. Let's just say it involves a showdown that puts everything on the line. Tony Stark's journey from a carefree billionaire to a hero is just beginning. But the real question is, will he be able to stop the danger that S about to hit him closest to home? You'll have to watch to find out. As Tony says, I am Iron Man. That's it for this recap of Iron Man. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment about your favorite Tony Stark moment. And don't forget, this is just the beginning of the MCU. Stay tuned for more